Hey everyone. I'm gonna wait for some people to jump on so we can get this awesome message out to you guys. You know, I struggled with this for a long time. I struggled with how to find my purpose and to figure out, well, I always knew what drove me. I never had a problem with what actually drove me because I've always been one that never focused on the money. And I think that's where a lot of entrepreneurs fail or struggle, I should say. They focus strictly on the money and they can't figure out why they can't keep themselves motivated. I hear this all the time that I'm no longer motivated. When you're following your purpose, when you're living in purpose, when everything you're doing revolves around your mission, your purpose, you don't lack motivation. You don't even seek motivation because that purpose drives you. That purpose gets you out of bed every single morning. That purpose sometimes makes you forget to eat because you're so focused, you're so driven on what you're doing, accomplishing that mission that you seem to forget. Well, it happens for me. I have gone 3 or 4 days without eating. I swear, and I'm not promoting that, not at all. But I'm so driven. I'm so focused on what I'm doing, trying to get families back home, get families back together. There's so much divorce these days. Um, there's so many issues, depression with teenagers and children because parents are out working. They have to. Both parents have to work. And then, it causes this divide in the family amongst the children and amongst uh, relationships. And it's terrible. And my mission is to get families back together, back to what they used to be. Let's get the connection back. And the only way we can do that is to get you parents back home. And so my mission is so strong in lifting in shifting lives so that we can get you guys back home finally financially free with the true meaning of financially free, not all these things that you see on Instagram and on Facebook of people posting these luxury cars and mansions. No, the real meaning of financial freedom, which is just for you to be able to take long vacations with your family, be able to go to those soccer games, those football games without having to ask permission, without having to miss them, without having to miss those recitals. That's what I want to get back to. Being able to go to Disney World, something basic, which it seems so basic for so many, but how many people, how many parents, moms, dads out there, you can't take your kids to Disney World because you don't have the time, you don't have the money. Your boss won't give you off. So if you can go maybe for like Friday to Sunday. That's not life. That's not living. That's not living in purpose. So if you can figure out your purpose, which for a lot of us it's the same. It's contribution, right? So if you can figure out your purpose and just give back to humanity. However, you can figure out how to do that. And it's usually going to be with some type of service financially. Maybe you're helping them with their health. If you can figure out how to do that and how to give back, you will be living in purpose and you won't have to fill yourself up every day with motivation because it'll come from within. You'll naturally want to do that. Hey baby.
Who's this?
I'm on a live.
Oh,
Do you have anything you want to add?
Nah.
We're talking about doing things and trying to help people instead of chasing money, chasing purpose.
Wait. Okay. You better read the notes first. I'm getting out of here.
That'll clear out real quick. So, yeah, if you can all just figure out how to chase your purpose over profits, and I've posted about this before, chase purpose over profits, and you will feel so much more fulfilled. I speak to a lot of people all the time that are making 6 and 7 figures even, and they're still depressed. So money is not the answer. Figure out what lights you up inside. And it's always, again, it's always going to be a form of contribution. Figure out what lights you up inside and figure out how you can follow that, because sometimes you have to follow that and figure out how can I make this one thing, this act of kindness, how can I turn this into something I can make a career out of, something that I can do every single day, and really create long lasting create an impact on this planet that will be here long after you're gone. That's what you're looking to do, because that's going to fill you up inside. That's going to fill you up long after a motivational video, long after a motivational speech. That's the kind of things you want to be doing every single day if you really want to live a happy life, a fulfilled life. Because the money's not going to do it. The money will help. The money will help set you financially free, yes. But
Hi.
if you're not in purpose, if you're not living in purpose, you're never going to feel truly fulfilled. And I think that's why when I speak to so many of you, you're struggling
I
with
have a question.
depression. Yes.
1 second. I'll be right back. I have a
You're
question.
struggling with depression and struggling with your marriage and having so many issues with your children. And it really just boils down to there's just been this
Okay, I have a
disconnect.
question.
We've been so busy trying to
I
chase
got it.
money.
Would you rather wear these headphones or these?
Really.
Which one? Why?
Really?
I'm
Really?
asking
That
them.
has nothing to do with what I'm talking about,
Do you
though.
want to?
I'll go with the unicorn ones.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, children.
Hey, I heard that.
Yeah. So I just wanted to share that today. I want everyone to really, if you're struggling, if you feel like you're struggling right now, you're in this career, and I was there. You're in this career, and you're just unhappy. Maybe you're a nurse. Speak to a lot of you guys. Maybe you're a realtor. I was that. Maybe you're a cop, a construction worker. I mean, I've spoken to people from all walks of life and all experiencing the same emptiness. And I attribute that to not living in your purpose. And I believe everyone is going through an awakening right now. And unfortunately, not too many people are talking about it. There are YouTube channels and IG pages, but there's a lot of people going through this alone, and they're going through depressions, and they feel like they're going crazy. I've spoken to a lot of you. You have suicidal thoughts and you don't know what is going on, and
Daddy
it's
sent me up
because
here to ask you about the 3 p.m. call.
okay, give me a second. Um, they're going through a spiritual awakening and just they don't have anyone to ask about it or to kind of guide them through it. And if anyone has ever been through the dark night of the soul, and if you don't know what that is, you can research it. um, it's pretty intense. So if you're not living in purpose, you don't know what drives you, and you're going through a spiritual awakening, ooh, it's tough. It it's really really tough. So if you're watching this live and you feel like, okay, this sounds like maybe what I'm going through, or maybe I've been through this and I don't know who to ask for guidance, feel free to reach out to me. I've helped a lot of people get or navigate through this phase in their life, because it's a long phase. It's not going anywhere, and a lot of us are going through it right now. I still have days where, I'm still going through my spiritual awakening now. And I still have days where I have to kind of retreat. I have to fall back. I cannot get on social media. I have to take a day off from my business and really just recenter myself, reground myself, and remember why I'm doing this. Remember the mission, remember the cause. Because if you're just always running, 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 chasing that money, you're going to get burnt out. You're going to feel unfulfilled. You're going to feel depressed. And mix that in with the spiritual awakening, and it's a disaster, right? It's a recipe for disaster. So make sure you're taking that time for yourself. Take that time to meditate every day, get quiet, and figure out what are you currently chasing? What drives you? And if you get quiet long enough, you will figure out what your purpose is. And it's always going to be that little voice you hear that you've probably been hearing for years telling you you should be doing this, but you keep telling yourself, "Well, I can't make money with that. So how can I do that?" There's if you decide to follow it and if you decide to be of service, I'm telling you the universe will align everything for you. You will make money with that because now your intentions are bigger than yourself. They're not about you. They're about helping. They're about giving out love, giving out energy instead of taking. So I hope this in some way helped whoever needed to hear this today. Feel free to reach out to me if you need some guidance or just some coaching or just to vent. Sometimes some of us just need that. And I look forward to speaking with whoever this was meant to help today. All right, take care. Bye bye.